Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawahshi, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. This the brother of Bakalah Walam, here with another hopeful edifying lesson to the elect body of Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawahshi. Let me tell you what I got this video right here. It says, it's not going to be it should be a quick video, but it says how many leaders has CIA overthrown, right? And it's going to go into, brief detail. And this is AI generated, mind you. And you see how realistic these things, these images are, right? So this devil is the master of deception through his technology. He can create whatever illusion he conjure up, right? So like this video is going to show you how this government, which is the top CIA is the top department, which is the Central Intelligence Agency of America, the top government department, have overthrown other countries, right? So I'm gonna just play this video. We're gonna get into what the Holy Bible has to say about it, right? The scriptures. Venezuela, America captured President. Let me tell you what In Venezuela, America captured President Maduro. In Libya, Gaddafi was executed after ditching the US dollar. In Iraq, Saddam Hussein was wiped out for his oil reserves. In Vietnam, President Diem and his brother were executed for politics far from home. In Iran, Mohammad Mossadegh was ousted for nationalizing oil. In Guatemala, President Arbenz was removed for imposing taxes on American farms. In Congo, Prime Minister Lumumba was executed for nationalizing uranium. In Cuba, Che Guevara was captured and executed for his socialist policies. In Afghanistan, the US trained locals to fight Russians until locals became the enemies. In Chile, President Salvador was overthrown for nationalizing copper. In Ghana, President Kwame was exiled for cutting off western banks. In Grenada, General Hudson was captured and given a life sentence for aligning with Russia. Is America still the hero, or just the most powerful villain? So, briefly, you've seen it. I can play it once again, but I might do it at the end. But you see, from Central and South America to Africa to the Middle East, how various countries throughout those region, the American government has overthrown these different countries, right? So we're going to go into the book of Nahum, chapter 3 and 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." And the prey is you Israelites, right? Right? And the reason why I brought this up, because I seen another translation, I think it's the NSV, right? It says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and rampant. The prey departeth not," right? So what this word rampant means, right? Rapping. What this word rapping means. It says the violent seizure of someone's property, right? The violent seizure of someone's property. Did they not just do that recently with this right here, Venezuela? The president, Maduro, Slovakia. Just recently, they done that with the Venezuela president. The violent seizure of someone's property. They took over Venezuela. They took their oil, the oil tanker that was done also. They took over. They said, we're going to take over Venezuela. And they've been doing that throughout history. That bloody city is America, Babylon the Great. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery.
I mean, Salakia. Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and rapping. The ASV version, right? Translation. It says the prey departeth not, right? And that rapping means violent seizure, the violent seizure of someone's property, right? So the land belongs to the Venezuelans, but that oil, you know, but they took it over under the pretense of whatever narrative they want to paint. They said this guy's a, they say he was some type of drug lord or something like that, right? You know, that's crazy, bro. That's these devils, man. Esau. Now we're gonna go to Habakkuk chapter 2. This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That who's talking about Esau, Edom, these Edomites in Babylon the Great, Esau in general, you know. Verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, right? So that's talking about America, Babylon the Great, right? All the people of the nations are gathered here, right? He's trying to take over lands. He says he's never keepeth at home. No, he he's always in other people's lands and other countries' affairs, right? He was just talking about Iran and the protest over there, and threatening to invade them due to whatever's going on over there, violence of anybody get killed over there in those protests in Iran. You know, he says your commander in chief said that he was going to invade Iran in the pretense of protecting the people, coming to the people's aid. You know, so I said, let me see. I'm trying to look at these translations. So you know that's basically what it is. You know, we'll just read it out the NLT. Nah, I don't need to. But yeah, that's he never keeps at home. He's always in other countries, right? They got these military bases and U.S. Embassies all over the world, right? I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city and of all that dwell therein, right? So that's that woe to the bloody city. Because of men's blood, he's in everybody's country. He just took over. You know, you've seen a video of these countries from the middle of Central and South America to Africa to the Middle East, how he invaded these countries throughout those regions and took over, right? Verse 8 again of Habakkuk chapter 2. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. because of men's blood and the violence of the land, and I mean, and for the violence of the land and of the city and of all that dwell therein. Right. I'm gonna read it out of verse 8. Right. It says, "Because you, king of Babylon, have looted many nations." Right. All peoples who are left will loot you because of human bloodshed and for violence done to the land, to the city and all its inhabitants. Right. Babylon the Great, America. Right. Verse 9, it says, "Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he might it's like, yeah, that he may be delivered from the power of evil." Right. So covetous is what? Wanting something that doesn't belong to you. Right. You want somebody else's property. You want something that someone else has. That's covetous, and that's what he's doing. You know. Verse 9 again says, "Woe to him that covet, covet an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil." Right. So the destruction, that woe means misery and destruction. That's what's coming. That's what's here in Babylon, and it's going to increase. It's already here, and it's going to increase. Right. Intensify. Verse 9 again, at the Amplified says, "Woe, judgment is coming to him who obtain wicked gains for his house and thinks by doing so to set his nest on high, that he may be rescued from the hand of evil." Right. So wicked gains, covetous, like I said, covetous, as it, at the scriptures just defined it, is wanting somebody else's belongings, some property of anybody else. What did this rampant? What does rampant or rapping means? Rapping means, again, the violent seizure of someone's property. Covetous, right?
In Venezuela, America captured President Maduro. In Libya, Gaddafi was executed after ditching the US dollar. In Iraq, Saddam Hussein was wiped out for his oil reserves. In Vietnam, President Diem and his brother were executed for politics far from home. In Iran, Mohammad Mossadegh was ousted for nationalizing oil. In Guatemala, President Arbenz was removed for imposing taxes on American farms. In Congo, Prime Minister Lumumba was executed for nationalizing uranium. In Cuba, Che Guevara was captured and executed for his socialist policies. In Afghanistan, the US trained locals to fight Russians until locals became the enemies. In Chile, President Salvador was overthrown for nationalizing copper. In Ghana, President Kwame was exiled for cutting off western banks. In Grenada, General Hudson was captured and given a life sentence for aligning with Russia. Is America still the hero, or just the most powerful villain?
There you go. Or just the most powerful villain, right? And that's the answer, man. America, Babylon the Great, which is ruled by Edom, the wicked, is the most powerful villain, man. You know, and I forgot Asia too, because they was in, what was that? Vietnam. It was from Middle South America, Africa, Middle East, and Asia, right, all over the earth, um, spoiling many nations. And woe is coming, is where it's already here, to Babylon the Great, the king of Babylon and its inhabitants, man. So, yeah, America, just the most powerful villain, right? That's probably what I'm gonna name this. Is America just the most powerful villain? So I'm gonna leave it off that, leave it there, right there. I hope it's edifying to the elect, and I want to say, call Hala Yamla, Yahawah Ba'ashem, Yahawahshi, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Shalom to the next time, Yahweh Rathazah, which means Lord's willing, and Why Abba Wabar.